And so she wants to escape this whole time, but of course there's like 5,000 good-looking dudes in there that are kind of like with masks, and she talks about their jawlines like every 5 seconds, like, oh my gosh, his mask just came off and I saw his jawline. Gosh dang it, daddy. Like, I don't know, it's awesome to me because I see how this is pulling on all the girls' heartstrings. All right, listening to ACOTAR, I can never remember. A Court of Thorns and Roses. And we're, now doing chapters 11 through 20, summarizing. I don't remember the 11 and stuff. Somewhere along the way, I remember in the beginning that she heals his wound. She's still trying to escape. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I guess, like, it's annoying to me because I'm a guy, but, so there's, a lot of cheesiness. Like, there's one phrase later on where it's, the starlight dancing in his eyes. And I literally LOL'd, laughed out loud, just it's amazingly ridiculous. But she wants to get away, but it's so stupid to me because why, she wants to go back to death. She was starving. She was cold, starving, and had her crippled dad and the bitchy sister and the unknown sister that's just there but doesn't exist, and the mom is dead, and people didn't, they treated them like crap. So the boyfriend boy toy on the side that's just worthless, and I don't know. So why would you want to go back when you're living in a castle manor kingdom with a bunch of good-looking fairies that she can't help but describe their body parts, like forearms and waist and jawline and eyes and rounded shoulders and muscly backs all the time? So it's just funny. Anyway, so she's trying to escape still. I know that she anyways, so she helped bandage him up because he couldn't heal after killing the bog. Oh yeah, we found out the bog. I kind of wish I knew what the bog looked like, because in my head it was this big beast or a big black cloud for some reason. So I have no idea what the bog looked like, but I wish it was kind of cool and we could see that fight. But it's a girl's book, not a guy's book, so I just imagined the fight in my head. That was good enough. I was oh cool, so he was really strong, but this guy's stronger, and Tamlin, I guess, is super OP. So we find out he's an overlord or high lord or something. He's king of kings, and he's, I guess, in order to be a king of kings or whatever he is, gosh dang it, high lord, you have to kill a whole bunch of other guys. Okay, I might not have that right, but it's something like that. We have to kill a bunch of other fairies, and may the best fairy win, I think. If it's your brothers. I'm just trying to get it from there's this other guy, Lucian or something, and he is, I think he's the guy with one eye, which is kind of cool. I think I like that guy, but I think it's that guy, and he's an emissary with other guys, and he knows how to fight. I guess Tamlin's I was guessing, the alpha. He's the warrior. Lucian guy is kind of a warrior. He can handle himself, but he's still a beta everyone's a beta compared to Tamlin. And so he's pretty cool though. I like him. I don't even know what it looks like, but I should picture them all with the Phantom of the Opera masks and gold. There's always gold described, and I don't know if it's gold in their veins, gold in their mask, or they have gold skin. I'm still kind of, and that's probably partially because I'm listening at 2 times speed or a little faster, sometimes 1.5, and so I may not pay attention always, but there's some gold action going on there, so they glitter. Their eyes are green, and I think they glitter too, but I've heard the Twilight vampires glitter, so maybe it's something like that. Maybe their skin glitters, I don't know, but they glitter. There's some gold action going on. It's really pretty. So yeah, Lucius guy, he went out, or he's from a different kingdom, and his brothers tried to kill him, and I think that's where he lost his eye. I'm totally guessing. But Tamlin guy, of course, came in to save the day and killed one of his brothers, and Lucius killed the other brother that tried to kill him, because there was 3 brothers, 3-on-1. But then Tamlin could take care of him. The other one, I don't know what happened to the other one, actually. But, and then Tamlin took him in as his emissary, which is kind of cool, because you pretty much have the story. Oh yeah, there's another story where she runs away, right? She runs off, finds this lady that I think she's a lady, she's a special power lady, and she can tell him things. She doesn't lie. I forgot what her power is. Anyway, she tells I mean, the girl, the main character, Freya, I think is her name. I think I remember now. It's Freya or Freya or Frey or something like that. It's like some German name. She like finds her, like she's good at tracking, I guess, and hunting. Remember, she's a badass, independent black woman, so she like just does everything. And so she finds her and like gets her to tell a secret that Tamlin. Oh shoot, I think it's just Tamlin's the High Lord. There was some secret that she really wanted to know, and I think that's it. That Tamlin's secretly a High Lord of fairies, so you know, the top tier guys. I think that's the secret. I guess we'll find out more. Anyway, she lets her go, but then these reptilian guys come up, and I'm picturing them as reptilian because they had like reptile, like they had like scaly skin. I don't know, they were black, and I think they're black lizards, like walking black lizards, I want to say. I don't know, they start like ripping her clothes, probably around her cleavage or breasts and stuff. And if this was a movie made by guys, and you know, they like beat her up, but she like kills 2 of them, so once again she's showing she's pretty tight. And oh yeah, there was another creature. I just like the creatures, like I'm really fascinated by that. There was one that like pretended to be her dad and like approached her at the gates or the doors or something, like, hey bro, come down here, I'll help you out. And she's like, oh my gosh, or like, I need help, or I forget, it was a crippled dad, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's my dad. And then it was an illusion made by a monster that could pretend to be whatever, and then Talon goes to kill it too. That might have been the bog, I can't remember. There's a lot of monsters. I wish I knew their names, and I wish ones I called the reptilian. No, it's not really, it's like some, dang it, I had the name, but I'll remember here in a second. I'll pause and remember. Anyway, so yeah, Talon, yeah, I think, shoot, I was saying his name right. Anyways, he's killing everything, right? He's killed the bog, he hunted after the shapeshifter, he killed Lucian's brother and took him in. He's just like a super good guy. It turns out he likes art. He's like, let me show you the gallery. We have a gallery room, of course. And he's just awesome. He showed mercy to his Fey brother in, like a fairy came in dead, a blue skin guy, which I thought was kind of cool, like Avatar. But he's like a fairy, and they have like pointed elf ears, I guess, and black hair, onyx hair, I want to say. And he like laid him down and like laid him to rest or something because his wings were torn off. I don't know what happened there. I don't think they really explained. But either way, the Frey girl, she was like trying to like give him love or something. I don't know. She was holding his hand, and there was like an aw sweet moment, and he's like, you care about my kind. Well, you know, I'm guessing that's what was going on there, because then he takes her out on a date, and they're cutesy. I'm jumping around. Hang on, let's go back real quick. So shapeshifter person, bog creature died, unknown cool epic creature that died, and then the reptilian black guys are like, that could be racist. You know what I mean? They're like, they were dark black. They're just black colored reptiles. They're like, I picture them like walking lizards, right? Because they had humanoid bodies. And they're like beating her up. They're wanting to kill her. She kills 2 of them. And then all of a sudden they hear a roar. And then Tamlin comes and gashes their throats open. And what I essentially pictured, she took this part from Beauty and the Beast where Belle's in freaking distress, and she's like, oh no, and she tries to fight back with a stick, and she's on the floor, and the wolves have surrounded her, and then she's gonna get killed, and then a wolf gets snatched up that's about to kill her, and it's the Beast, and he's like yelling at the face. Now that's like one of the most epic parts, honestly. I like in the cartoon, I was like, okay, I want to be the Beast at that point. I was like, that is so cool. And then he takes on like 12 wolves at the same time, which was so bad. Anyways, so essentially a smaller version of that happened, because I think there was only 3 of them, so it's kind of weak sauce. They should have made Tamlin, since he kind of looks like a grizzly beared, horned, winged, clawed, fanged creature. I think that's how they described him. There might be more. I'm like, come on, I picture the Beast that with a grizzly bear's body, you know, with wings and then like horns of like some kind of demon, whatever. Anyways, but it kills the 3 things easily, and then like helps her wounds, and she feels a lot of blood. I remember them describing blood like it's warm and wet and cold at one point or something. And let's see what else. In the part where he's like bleeding because he's got other guys' bloods on him, bloods and guts, she's like, his shirt was so tight, like she could see his muscles through the drenched shirt and blood, and like she had to describe, like, if you were in trauma, she almost just died, and she's like, not this way, she's saying. If you almost died, you would never just stop and like admire, damn, but those boulder shoulders though, but those bicep veins, but those chests. No, you'd be like, fucking get me out of here, you know? So it's just like, it's ridiculous. But it's a woman's novel, and it's given from a guy's perspective on my side here. So I'm just having fun with it, all right? It is funny, though. She had to stop, admire his boulder shoulders. I could see his rippling muscles flexing through it all. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna... And then she talked about, she's like, I pictured my lips going towards his lips or something like that. I was dying. I've laughed so many times. So this is becoming enjoyable now. So I'm actually... This is fun, and I like the Beauty and the Beast part. That was epic. I made up the whole Borg fight with him, the Borg. I'm like, I think it was Borg? What? I forgot. Dang it. Anyway, it was really cool in my head. I was like, dang, that could be a movie. But yeah, so far, I like the creatures. I like the fight scenes in my head. It wasn't as cool in the book. I made it cooler, like, because he ripped out their neck and stuff. I just pictured him fighting like way more, because it would be just cooler if he was kind of outnumbered, right? Because once again, he's the alpha. Everyone's gonna fall in love with him, so he's got to be that much cooler in my head. And these reptiles just seem too weak because they got taken down by a girl. So like, come on, give him a challenge. Like I would like 3 Borgs or whatever it's called versus him. Boggs, that's it. And then he saves her, you know, Beauty and the Beast style, right? So it tried to be that. It wasn't as cool as Beauty and the Beast, the old Disney cartoon, but you know, it's up there, so it was okay. And they're falling in love. You see that he's like becoming to be soft with her all of a sudden. Like randomly, he'll be like super soft and like he cares about her. And she's like, he would care about me. He saved me, you know, like, and I'm a worthless human. And he's like, they don't know anything about you. Like he's already like, I don't know. I mean, I see where this is. I guess it's just predictable, and it's so for that reason, it's a little frustrating. But it's okay. Like I'm still gonna truck on. So that's what I have for now. I'll continue more later. This is awesome. So as the chapters continue, okay. First off, there's a lot I just want to share. So first off, they have a staring competition, because they go on a date and they go swimming, of course, and he has to take off his clothes and he's all ripped and muscly. And then she has to take off her, I don't know, I didn't really understand what she had on, but she wasn't naked or too revealed, but her stomach was revealed. So I'm picturing like a tank top, tube top, I think is what it's called, something like that. Either way, he like looked up and down her, and she checked him out too, so that was cute. They swim and they enjoy each other's companies, but it's just like certain comments that get me, man. It's like funny, like, so she like notices how big he is, and she's like, the horse didn't even care for the giant rider that rode him or something like that. It's just funny freaking comments like that are sentences, I guess. And later on they oh yeah, he shows her the gallery, and it's gorgeous, and it takes away her breath. They say it weird. I don't like that part. Say, my breath, I was shooketh, my breath taketh awayeth. It wasn't like that, but it was like tooketh. It was just weird. I didn't like that. So change that, author, whoever you are. It kind of threw me out of the world. It was just weird. And then so he shows the gallery. She starts painting. I think she's been there for like 6 months. I don't know. I'm guessing because they went from winter to spring. And then she also remembers that she's a slave, or like whatever, a prisoner, kind of in the best kind of prisoner way possible. She's like, oh, I hate being spoiled and being fed 3 times a day, a giant banquet, and being given nice princess clothes to walk in, and I get to paint all day and draw all day. I hate my life. I hate it, you hear? She gets to explore her area in the woods all day, like with the strongest guy in the world. Like, she's protected. I don't know. What a selfish brat. Or not selfish, what's the word? Ungrateful brat. Yeah. So she then remembers, and she's like, oh, my family, my sister, the people who don't even love me. And like, he's there, and he's like really becoming a softie, and I'm not liking that, because they're turning this alpha guy into a super softie, and maybe that's the whole thing. Women like, I want this demon side where he has giant BBC, and he's huge and muscly, and he's rough and tough, and no one can tame him but me, and yet he's so beautiful, demure, calm, and peaceful. I don't know. It's maybe what women really love about it. So it's just a dichotomy of the two worlds living in one person. That's every guy, ladies. Every guy is that way for the most part. Like, they have this crazy side, whether it's boyish or mannish. It's very aggressive. And then they have the soft side, and you get both in marriage or relationships. So anyways, this guy he sees that she's sad or something, and she throws a flower away or something like that. So he just kisses her hand. But the way the book goes on about it is it was so warm, and he like bit her. I don't know, there was blood on his lips or something. Oh, maybe because her hands were bloody, something like that. There's blood all of a sudden like transmuted, or I don't know, from one body to the other. I don't think he bit her with his fangs, although that would be kinky. It'll probably happen. So he like kisses her palms, like one hand then the other. And she describes how like warm it is, and it makes her skip a beat and takes away, it shooketh her. I don't know how she says it, but something weird like that. And then she's like, there's the warming in my heart, the warming between my legs. Are you serious? From that, you're coming already? You're freaking orgasming? You're getting moist? Freaking Malden the Moist? You're like starting to drip, down there. It's just like mucusy all of a sudden from that. So the foreplay is strong. So he's been playing it, the long game, because it's this push-pull whole thing, and it's like really bad in these books. Like it's like extreme version of push-pull, where she's like, I don't like him, misunderstood, and then she's misunderstood, and then they start to understand each other, and she starts to care because he's coming back from these hunts, and she's like, oh, at least he came back, that's good enough for me. And but I hate him, I hate that I'm a prisoner, but I want to suck him off now. Like, it's just like she, it's setting it up. So she's definitely gonna suck him off or have sex with him, whatever, and he's gonna ravish her like a beast in beast mode and human mode. And it's just so funny to me, though. But yeah, so she's getting wet, guys. That's part of the story there that I want you guys to know. I think there was gonna be a sex scene. It was penting up sexual tension, and he like brushed his lips on her cheek. I don't know what happened. Like, to be honest, I didn't really pay attention. Like, this is where guys probably go wrong. But I was just kind of like, move on. Like, come on, like either do it or not. But that's what foreplay is. You got to be there and whatever. It's something I got to work on, I guess. So, but the tension's building sexually. They're going on dates. They're going on walks. They're going on just like, I guess they have lazy days over there. So although their kingdom's under constant threatening of being destroyed, and they're losing their magic and border wars with other fairies, whatever they're called, fays, that's it. They still can have chill days, just have parties. And so we just found out, okay, so I'm trying to break down what exactly, I like laughed a few times. There's the author, whoever does the audio, it's freaking funny. She's like, burn in hell. She sounded ridiculous. I think she was trying to be Lucius, the dog guy, which it turns out I don't think is a dog. I thought he was like a wolf, like a fox or something like that. He's a small little, because he's beta. He can't be a wolf. He's a beta, so he's got to be like a little raccoon or fox. But he purrs, and dogs don't purr. So he's probably a cat. I think he's cat-like, like a feline. And I think that was him purring. And the hair is gold. That's what they said. So she finally got to pet one of their hairs. And you know how girls are when you pet their hair. So she's like, oh, yes, daddy. And so, that was fun and all. And she got poems read to her that were, I guess, sexually inappropriate or something like that. And if you can hear background noise, so sorry. I moved to driving real quick. But I just want to finish the chapter 20 portion. So then they're walking in the garden. Tamlin, Feyre, and Lucius Malfoy is, I guess, he's always there. He's just like kind of always around. I'm finding out. Like, I don't know where the other guy is. I'm pretty sure there was 3, but now there's only 2. So I want to know where the other animals are, like the king animals, whatever they're called, high kings, but they're low kings, I guess. They're not high, they're low. So there's only one high. Okay, guys, there's only one Alpha Sigma male, and the rest are betas. So they're all gone, I guess, besides Lucius Malfoy. He's just stalking around. And so, yeah, they're walking, and then all of a sudden, like, he, like, and Tamlin does. And then there's, like, a predator guy, the guys that go invisible. Arnold Schwarzenegger fights him. So there's that invisible guy. He's cloaked, and he's, like, there, but he's cloaked. And so she can't see him, but I guess she can hear them talking. And then this lady, or I don't know why I thought it was a lady, but the invisible person, the predator, is like, yo, like, I forgot, but it's like something like, dude, we're sent. I'm really, okay, I'm messing up a little bit, like the story, but like, it's like, yo, I'm sending people over to your lands, enjoy the gifts, and there's more to come, I guess, if you dumb mess up. I don't know why he's gonna mess up, so I'm a little confused. I did get a sneak peek, understanding that there's like the big baddie is a female, some lady, and they just said her name. I don't know her name, but they said her name, or they said a title. I don't know what they called her, but they're like, if she finds out of something, you know, watch out. You don't be like the other fairies. And then at the same time, Lucius like, Lucius, oh my gosh, did the Predator character see Freya? And Tamlin like, don't worry about it, mine. You know, he's all masculine, growling, and I don't know, possessive. And so she's not supposed to be there. I found out. Okay, so Freya doesn't belong in the land of fairies for some reason. There's a treaty, so the whole lore is like there's humans and elves. I'm just gonna put it simply instead of fairies. Humans and elves. Humans are weaklings, stupid slaves, and they're just kind of in the way. That's, you know, usually how it goes. And then the elves are like these epic, you know, big schlonged winged creatures and musclies and tall. And I guess some were using humans as slaves, some didn't like that, some did. So there was a big war. And it turns out, oh yeah, that's one thing too. It turns out like the Tamlin guys, or like the creatures, fairies, they're really old. So they're like ancient, which is even sicker, of course. And girls are kind of into that daddy issue stuff. Also, with daddy issue, it brings up another point. How come it's always like they never hear a story with a good parent, like a parent that's like was there for their child, loved them, and, you know, cared for them and taught them how to hunt in this world, you know, and instead she had to teach herself because the parent was absent or one was killed. It's always something like that. But it turns out the dad was like incompetent, and he, like I said earlier in the other recording, and then he like goes boating with a bunch of money. Like he's like, I'm going to take my life savings and we're going to make some monies with his MLM. And he goes join this MLM and or something. Like he just, you know, goes on a boat ride with the money, just chilling there. And of course, the money never made it back to him. So the dude was stupid with money. R.I.P. money and men who suck with finances. I felt like that hit home for me. So yeah, that's kind of happened. He lost his money. That's why they were so poor. He called him like a prince or something. So maybe the crippled dad was a prince at one point or something like that. I don't really care about that, so I just moved on. But either way, the Predator, I thought they were going to fight, so I was kind of excited. He talks about like in a few days or in springtime, we're going to do some fairy shit and dance around naked probably. And he's like, don't come. There's going to be a whole bunch of fairies, but you're not allowed to come. Of course she's going to sneak out, or of course she's going to like go to her gardens, or I'm going to go hunting, or I don't know, something's going to happen. She's going to catch a few fairies and dancing naked to see his schlong. And then she's like, oh my gosh, who's that guy? Daddy. And then she's going to have another love interest, I'm guessing. I'm totally like, this is me just assuming. So she's going to have another love interest. Tamlin's going to be jealous because, you know, you got two BBCs against each other now, and winged creature, whatever, buffalo, grizzly bear guys, and they're like, wait, she's mine, and the other guy's mine, and then, you know, they fight, and they're both alphas, I'm guessing. They're going to be Sigma alphas, so I'm totally guessing what's going to happen in this fairy dance, but he's like, it's very fairy, so it means that they're going to dance around naked. They do a ritual. I'm totally guessing on this. I could be totally wrong, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of muscles, rippling muscle, a lot of golden hair in the wind, dancing and singing, because he's kind of poetic. He's the perfect, like, you know, man you want to be. You want to be able to sing, play music, be athletic, a warrior, yet subtle and not changed by war, so you have no PTSD somehow, and you're very awesome. So yeah, so I think that's gonna happen. So in the end, I do like Tamlin. I know you're meant to like him, so I'm, you know, obviously I'm just gonna follow suit. I'm like, yeah, all right, you like him. I like Lucius because he's kind of stupid. He's like the comedic relief, kind of. He gave her a knife, and he's like, don't stab me in the back with it. I don't know if that wasn't supposed to be funny, but for some reason I chuckled a little. I'm like, ha, like, she has a high chance of killing him because she's a freak. Also, her body, she's like very skinny. Yes, she has tits, like big tits, so she's blessed, and somehow she's like a peasant, but she's extremely hot. Her genetics were God-given, blessed. And they don't say God, they say bless the cauldrons or something like that. From the cauldrons, so the cauldrons are gods in this one. So instead of like God bless you, like cauldron bless you, they would say if you sneezed. Something like that. Anyways, so that's my summary of chapters 11 through 20 so far. Some boring parts, you know, she's dancing in the garden a lot, painting, and I'm like, yeah, cool, shut up, move on. And then there's other parts where there's like creatures, and I'm like, all right, let's freaking go. And then when they talk about his muscles, I can respect muscle because having done some bodybuilding, I'm like, all right, you know what? That also brings up another point. So women, if you love these books and you want to find these men, if you're to find your Tamlins and other hotties, Lucius Malfoys, like, why did you guys say you guys love dad bods? You know, because dad bods are not well kept. The dad bod is like a beer belly almost. You got a gut hanging out, and sometimes I've heard girls try to change it. They're like, no, but he's strong. He's kind of burly. No, that's a power lifter body. That's a body that's in bulk mode, always, and that's a power lifter for you. Okay, so what do you want? A power lifter, a dad bod, or a fricked, ripped, thick Tamlin, right? So I'm just confused because it's confusing as a guy listening to this. I'm like, girls, what do you want? Like, I'm pretty sure you pretend that you like dad bods and you'll roll with it, but if a Tamlin walks by, you're like, damn, I want that, I'll eat that, and you'll give up and stuff for that. So just, I don't know, I'm confused. Just wanted to bring up that point and thought I would bring it to the attention of all the listeners, whether you're men or female, that actually most of my you guys will probably be female listeners, so never mind. You guys are gonna think I'm a sexist pig, uncultured swine, toxic masculinity, jealous. Yeah, I'm a little jealous. Yeah, he's got BBC and he's huge and a demon, and he can turn into like a buffalo grizzly. Yeah, I'm jealous, and he can move his fingers, and you know, dinner's prepared. I'm jealous. All right, so guilty as charged. So don't come at me. But yeah, I like Tamlin. I like Lucius Malfoy, and Rhea is just kind of like, really, like, she's too OP to me. She's like a little overpowered. Sorry if you guys don't know that term. OP stands for overpowered, because every guy's like falling for her. I think Lucius likes her. I'm totally like reading between the lines, and she can handle herself very well, which I like it to a point, right? I think it's cool, but in all reality, I don't know. Maybe it's not reality. I guess that's the whole thing. It's fantasy. So I gotta shut up and just enjoy it. And in the end, it's cool. All right. It's like decent cool, I should say. Anyways, you'll hear more of the rest of it later.